Hello and welcome to Slightly Nostalgic. My name is Griff, and we have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 2, Episode 2, The Cave of Two Lovers. This is the one where our heroes meet up with this band of like hippie musicians, basically, and they're looking for a way through to get to Omashu, and they go through this special cave with this legend about these two lovers, and they have to figure out, they get trapped in the cave, they have to figure out how to get out. And then over on the other side, Iroh and Zuko are hiding out from the Fire Nation, and they've taken shelter with some kind Earthbender people, or Earth Kingdom people, who are helping them out and nursing them back to health. And then they send them on their way. So I don't have that much to talk about with Aang and friends, their side of the story here, but the hippie people were hilarious and also really irritating. They kind of just constantly went back and forth between like, oh, this is funny, he's a funny dopey guy, and hey, the music is fun, and oh man, this is irritating. But there were also a lot of funny lines in this episode, like, look, I hate to be the wet blanket here, but since Katara is busy, I guess it's up to me. That was a really great Sokka line. Aang at one point says, what? I'm saying I would rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment. And then once they get out of the cave, Katara is like, we let love show us the way, and Sokka says, really? We let huge ferocious beasts show us the way, because they got the badger moles, the giant badger moles, to help them out. But as usual, I was way more interested in what was going on with Zuko's story here, because this is where they're officially not really in the Fire Nation anymore. They're out on their own, and they're not doing well, so they're having to rely on the kindness of strangers. And Zuko, he has this moment where he sees like the compassion these people are showing him, and he sees what his people have been responsible for. Like, he sees her burned leg, and she talks about how they killed her mother, or they took her mother or something. And you can see that he's really having huge doubts about everything that's happened in his life up until then, like his whole purpose in life. And they don't give you much to go on as far as exactly how this affects Zuko, but you can see that, his mindset is changing. He's seeing things in a different light. But then at the end, he does still steal their mount, which was really disappointing. They're like ostrich bird mount that the Earth people use. So that was disappointing, but it does still add some realism to it, because it would be kind of goofy if he was just like, oh, you know what, you're right, like, I'm a good guy now, my whole family is just horrible, I'm gonna become a hero and work against them now, I'm never gonna do anything bad to anybody ever again. Like, that wouldn't be realistic. So instead, they're showing a really gradual progression of his character, just really slowly turning toward redemption, just a little bit at a time. They've been hinting at it here and there this whole time. Now things are starting to ramp up, but he's not just magically a good guy now. And then we get a pretty crazy cliffhanger at the end, with Omashu apparently being taken over by the Fire Nation. So we'll see what happens there. But that's all I've got for this episode. The next one is Return to Omashu, so be sure to watch that if you're following along. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Okay, bye.